Electrical season action is brought to you by B&B Metals. Do you have metal waste? Do you have a junk car? Head on over to www.bnbmetals.com to learn everything you need to know about B&B Metals for all your metal needs. Here you can find all the services that we offer. For stock in our shop on Pioneer Road, Kewaunee, Wisconsin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newport High School.
That's all I take.
And the United States High School Athletic Association Division 3, Section 3, Regional Semifinal matchup. The Newport High School Lancer family welcomes the athletes, the students, and the friends, the fans, the score of Kewaunee High School. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, as you are able, please stand. And honoring our country and its flag, we are led by the Lancer Pep Band, conducted by Miss Kara Sharp for the national anthem.
Manitowoc Lutheran High School for a round 1 regionals matchup between the Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers and the Kewaunee Storm. I'm Drew Stout here, joined by Ethan Brooks. And Ethan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for this matchup between our home team and against Kewaunee. I know our team's been doing really well this season. I'm hoping to come out with a W tonight.
You got any key things, either team looking to do tonight and to propel them to victory?
I know the Lancers have really good hitters. I don't really know much about Kewaunee, but I know Ava Steves and Marissa Melhorn for the past couple of years have been hitting the ball really well, and I feel like that might be one key to our success tonight.
Yeah, and definitely gotta agree with you that with the 2 people you named. One thing about this Lancer lineup is a lot of seniority, leading the team, taking charge. They've really grown the past 4 years in their volleyball expertise. Obviously, capping off last season's state championship. But Lancers here looking to repeat going in for these girls' senior year.
Yeah, I agree. Last year we had a fairly young team, I would say, mostly juniors and a sophomore. But this year we're a bit older, and hopefully we're even more developed to win another state championship.
And just like that, quick 1-0 for the Lancers as Kewaunee strikes her out of bounds.
Number 3, Lily Melhorn for the serve.
There's Melhorn with the spike. Nice block there, and Kewaunee able to rebound and have it volleyed over as Makai Krause tries to stitch it together, but eventually Kewaunee, number 6, Landon Kamop, hits it out of bounds, so that's your point.
Yeah, we already saw Marissa Melhorn go for a kill attempt, and I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of that tonight.
Now, I think a big thing for both these teams tonight is just to make the decent plays. Don't try to get too fancy with it. Obviously, when you have plays like that one, they get the crowd going, get the students going. But just try to limit those, those dumb mistakes, the serving into the net, just out of bounds, you know what I'm trying to say, Ethan?
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. In sports, it's the little things that matter. And just if you can keep the ball in play and keep your simple mistakes clean, you have a good, successful team. Just like that with the dump by Sally Ann, puts Lancers up 4-0 already.
That's another thing about this Lancer squad. They got a lot of playmakers, a lot of people that can go out there, play that by Sally Ann. Just a good IQ heads-up play, subconsciously knowing that the defense, has a hole right there, and she's able just to attack and dump it off to get the free point. As the Storm score their first point with Makai Krause's hit out of bounds. Storm here, offering some pushback to the Lancers. Lancers came early with a 4-0 lead, but 3-1 since then. As Makai Krause serves it. Blocked there by Brooke Dubnik, and Marissa Melhorn will be a Lancer point.
Yeah, that's another thing I feel like the Lancers have done a really good job with is their defense, especially blocking on the line, on the net, sorry. And they have some height for girls. I know normally you don't see tall girls in high school volleyball, but obviously we're getting up on the net, we're getting a bunch of blocks.
Good save there by the Storm. Lancers able to get it back in their possession. With the kill there by Marissa Melhorn. That's just what she does. You get the ball in her hands and she will smack it down and give you guys an easy point.
Yeah, like I said, we haven't seen much of Ava Steves yet, but Marissa is really shining right now.
That's a good, yeah, to expand on that, that's a great thing this team has. They have like the dynamic, they have the dynamic of Marissa and Ava, the availability between both of them, as they're both able to become playmakers, make that play. You get the ball in their hands, they'll make the play.
Lancers go for a block attempt there, but they just knock it out of bounds. And that's just one thing you can't really help in volleyball. If you can get the block but goes out of bounds, it's kind of hard to stop that.
Controversial call there by line judge Brian Walkley. Lancers wanted the point, but B-Dub says no, not today.
So that was an awfully close play, just bang, 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 bang play, I guess. Good spot for Marissa Melhorn. Doesn't even have to hit that one. She just found a good gap in the defense.
Marissa serve. Storm trying to find a way to get it over. Eventually do. Ball is set by Makaida Ava Steves, and that's a Lancer point. Just the explosivity off the ground, able to propel her up and get her arm back to bring rain out of that ball down to the hardwood.
Say this is the first time we've seen Ava tonight. I would be surprised if this would be her last. But normally we see her come out with a little more energy right away. Maybe a couple more kills for Ava earlier in the game.
Good play there by junior Brooke Duvenek, able to block that ball and give Lancers an easy point.
Good serve by Marissa Melhorn. Looks like it fools Kewaunee's defense and they just hit out of bounds.
That's the thing with volleyball too. I know for basketball the term it's a game of runs is used a lot in basketball, but honestly the same concept can be applied to volleyball. I feel like once a team gets down and you get pick up momentum, it's hard to stop it unless you stop it yourself. So that's a fun thing to have in this sport too, where you get hot, you get hot, you get cold, you get cold.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like that kind of runs with any sport. Like our football team this year, for almost the entire season, we've just ran on energy. We score once, we'll go score again. We're just going to keep that momentum on defense and on offense. And you can just do that for every sport, I feel like. Just like that, Ava Steves with a powerful kill. That was hit hard. Probably the hardest I've seen tonight. What do you think, Drew?
Yeah, definitely. That's just another part where you get the ball in the air, you get the ball to Ava, smackdown. Kewaunee wanted some type of call there as it hit off the rafters, but I'm not sure what the correct is, but I trust the refs that they made the right judgment. As Morgan Yost comes in as servant, almost an ace, as Lancers looking to get something, just back and forth action here. Makai Crozy sets it up to Abby Benke. Barely recovered by the Storm. Both teams are trying to figure out here as Ava Steves goes up into the opponent's bench. Watch out, but that will be a Storm point.
Say, Ava can sometimes just miss a little bit, but she always hits that ball hard. So if that's in play, it's a really difficult play to make.
Keeps the bench on their toes.
Yep. Serve goes a little long, and the Lancers will be subbing in Maddie Kyle from Micaiah Krause now.
Student section coming alive here with their too much mustard chant.
powerful hit by Kewaunee there. Just goes right through our blockers. Not really much you can do when they hit it that hard.
Good serve receive there by the Lancers as short set to Maddie Kyle. She's able to get her over with a little set, but Lancers getting in the normal set, their rhythm. Ava Steves blocked by the Storm. Good defense there by Kewaunee.
You don't see that every day.
Yeah, definitely.
Maddie Kyle goes for the kill, but hits it down in the net.
Just looked like she messed up her timing there with her footing. Just couldn't get to the ball at its arc, at its peak to really get the best angle possible for that spike.
And Maddie Kyle redeems herself with a kill attempt that goes off the blocker's hands out of bounds. And just like that, she just made up for her mistake. Difficult ball to get to.
Marissa Melhorn able to find a hole in the Kewaunee defense. Didn't hit it too hard, but got it in there for an easy Lancer point as the Lancers take a 15-9 lead here in the first set. Go to commercials? Is that when we do commercials?
Ava Steves up to serve, one of our better servers. Free ball for the Lancers. Let's see if they can do something with it. Good block by Abby Banky. As looks like we might get another. Oh.
Marissa Melhorn able to play the boom there. She's having a good game so far.
Yeah, I agree. Normally, Marissa, she's just all around everywhere. She does everything she can. She just plays from the gifts God has given her. And just like that, that's an ace for Ava Steves. And Kewaunee is calling timeout, trying to rethink things over and game plan to try stopping these Lancers. Seems like they're kind of on a momentum run right now, like you said earlier.
And we'll come back after a quick commercial break.
About B&B Metals. For all your needs. Here you can find all the services that you offer. Your lifestyle center. Our phone number is 920-693-4261. 920-693-4261.
Let's just come out of the timeout with a convincing 18-9 lead. They have doubled up on the Storm here. Storm looking to recuperate in this, you could say, kind of second half of the first set. Trying to bounce back, kind of trying to stop the Lancer momentum here as they've kind of gained some traction.
Ava Steves is still serving. Hopefully she can keep that momentum like she had with her previous ace.
Another great play there by Marissa Melhorn. She's just kind of been everywhere, like you said tonight. Making plays, if it's serving at front row, just doing it all here tonight for the Lancers. Huge key to their success so far tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, normally, knowing Marissa, she's a really humble player. She doesn't like speak. She's quiet about her abilities, but she is a really good athlete, whether she wants to be called that or not. And it's really cool to see how our Lancer team is pieced together with all the athletes we have.
Marissa Melhorn again just exposing this Storm defense. She's like just every play it seems like just making the play, doing her job, but Lancers go up at 21-9 here in the first set.
Once again, Marissa with another point. How many do you think that is now?
No clue. I'd say it's got to be more than 6 or 7.
Could be a free ball for the Lancers. Morgan Yost sets it up, and looks like we're just going to have a free ball back.
Storm makes a substitution here.
Score is now 23-10 Lancers. That was a really big run for the Lancers. That's the first time that Kewaunee has scored in quite a while.
Another good play there by the Storm.
Marissa, once again, goes for a point, but she doesn't get it. Free ball for the Lancers.
Good front row D there by the Lancers, able to force a nice block, but ends up on their side, and Sally Ann Burrows couldn't just get it up.
Yeah, it looks like Kewaunee's trying to make a little bit of a run right now. I think that they have a little bit of momentum coming out of that timeout now.
Bang by Marissa Melhorn, able just to silence her momentum. Hopefully the Lancers just need one more point here. Hopefully they can put it away with this next serve here by, looks like Lily Melhorn will be serving it. Another senior leader here.
There's the Lancer student section. They're about to be chanting Uno Mas. Well, they were going to, but so we just served it to net. But I know our student section is a really hyped student section. I know coming off our state win last year, the volleyball game is fun for the students.
Yeah, it's electric, definitely.
I know from kids I've heard last year, they think it's almost a workout with how much jumping they do and the screaming, and that's just how energetic it is down the student section. It's fun for them. They enjoy watching their team win. And for them to be kind of a part of it by being cheering in that student section, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely more fun to cheer when your teams are good. Kind of a shift in the Lancer programs these past few years. As Lancers able to cap it off in the first set, take it 25-14. So Ethan, what are some things that you liked from this Lancer offense and defense here in this first set?
So far from our offense, we've been seeing a lot of Marissa Melhorn, which she's just been explosive tonight. Whether it was her just dumping it or killing the ball, she was just explosive. And then our defense, we've been getting blocks left and right.
Do you have metal waste? Do you have a junk car? Head on over to www.bndmetals.com to learn everything you need to know about B&B Metals.
sorry about that, Ethan, as we had to cut to commercials. But like I was asked right before the commercials, what are some things you like about this Lancer offensive and defense attack here?
For offense, we've been seeing a lot of Marissa. She's been dumping it, killing it. She's just been all over the place. And we can't just talk about Marissa. Also, our serving. We've not really messed up on that. I think we've had 1 or 2 go in the net. Otherwise, all of them have been in play. And then on defense, I feel like we've had a lot of good blocks. And just everyone's up on the net, just getting the blocks, tipping the ball, and letting our offense, getting into our offense easily. You know, easy up, easy set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as a guy that, you know, obviously I'm not a member of the volleyball team. I don't play volleyball. But one thing I just think is mesmerizing about the sport is when you get like those volley streaks. You know what I'm talking about? Where, you know, you receive it, you get it up, you set it, spike, they get it, and you just go back and forth. I like that war, that battle aspect. And we haven't had too many of those tonight, but overall it's still been a really fun contest here for Lancers as the Lancers look to take it in 3.
Yeah, I agree. I know during homecoming week we always do the seniors versus freshman volleyball game and the juniors versus sophomores. And no, we don't really have many of those because of mistakes. I know boys aren't normally the best at volleyball compared to our varsity girls here. But I know it's pretty fun. Volleyball is just a fun sport to play. And you may not have those volleys, but just the fact of being on the court and having that little volleyball is pretty fun.
And definitely, yeah, it's fun because, you know, it's one of the best weeks of the year, obviously homecoming week. Ethan, your first homecoming. What were some things you really enjoyed about homecoming week?
I just really enjoyed like the energy everyone brought to homecoming. You know, like everyone was excited to be there. We dress up every day to themes. We play powder puff football. We play volleyball. You know, we have pep rally games. All these things we kind of do, and it brings energy to the school. It looks like kids want to be there, and I feel like that's pretty cool. And not just that, it gets us out of some classes.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. You know, I'm a junior. This is my 3rd year, and homecoming this year was just another great week of a lot of fun, a lot of school spirit, a lot of camaraderie, and, you know, all 3 fall sports, you know, cross country, volleyball, football, they're all looking to send their team to state and looking to make a run. So it's just a lot of fun being in an environment where, you know, people enjoy going to school, they have fun, and sports teams are good. They're just, people want to be in this culture, in this community. It's just a lot of fun to be a member of that during this time. The Lancers strike first here in set 2 as Micaiah Krause now goes back to serve.
Good serve by Micaiah. It looks like it fooled the defense again. I know when you serve volleyball, you're trying to have a knuckle effect. You don't try spinning it. And I feel like our varsity team has done really well at getting that knuckle effect because I feel like it fools the defense a little bit. What do you think, Drew?
Yeah, definitely. And like a part of also serving is the part of if you look at coaches, they got the clipboards. They tell them where to serve it. What part of the court, separating to 6 squares. So another strategy part of the game unlocked.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you like look at coaches and you're like, what do they do for you? Whether it's a baseball coach is giving you signs and telling you, okay, let's bunt the ball. But here they're telling you exactly what to do and they're trying to give you the best possible chance to win. And like for baseball or softball, you can't exactly do that. They tell you to bunt the ball. It's not a kind of a guarantee you bunt the ball every time. It's difficult to do, but it seems like our varsity team has done really well at executing what our coach tells them to do. So Drew, I know you're talking about our fall sports doing really well this year. You're a junior starting on the football team. What are your hopes for playoffs here as you guys got the 1 seed this year?
So to little expand on that, today in chapel, Mr. Schultz asked us, he was asking some questions about confidence here in chapel, and one of them was football players. How confident are you guys in your abilities to win state? And he was reading some of the numbers down. I heard some 5, 7s, 8s, I don't know, but I eventually, I had 10 up because, you know, I think we got the guys, the abilities to go all the way, and it just, And I mean, I definitely have the confidence that we can do it. It's just a matter of, can we execute? Can we do what we don't want? So our biggest enemy, honestly, is ourselves. So if we don't execute, obviously we don't deserve to win. We don't have that. But if we can just go out there and play our game every Friday and just go 1-0 every week, we'll be in a good spot come 5 weeks from now.
Yeah, it's always good to hear you guys' confidence level. I know you need confidence to win games. If you go in scared, you're never going to win.
Yeah, exactly. And Ethan, as far as you, first year in the program, JV had a successful season, I think. I mean, I know you guys did some split squad, but only lost one game. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct. We had one split squad game this year, and our football team was big enough this year that we could split sophomores and freshmen, which speaks well for our program, how it's growing. But our freshman team lost to Chilton this year, and we had a good battle. I mean, we were facing juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, and it was our second game of the year, and just going in there with little experience to football for most kids, I think we did fairly well. I know you never want to come out with a loss, but it's always nice to get some experience under your belt.
So then I just got to ask, you're a freshman, a part of a program that just went 9-0 for the first time in school history, undefeated season for the first time in school history. What does that make you feel as an underclassman on the come up? But does that make you scared? Does that make you hype? I mean, it's got to invoke some type of emotion. I just kind of want to hear it from your standpoint as the next up. What do you got to say on that?
It makes me really excited. I'm already looking forward to playing football next year. You see, as a freshman, you have to sit in the stands and watch the team go and win. You're like, oh man, I want to be part of that, And especially being in the program, you're like, I can work harder. So you come in future years and you're like, we can do this one day. And seeing how successful our team was this year, we're hoping to copy that for future years. And all it is exciting. You get to watch your school win, and you know that one day you'll be a part of it.
Yeah, I love that. Just the culture we have tried to build, not just in football, but in volleyball and cross country these past few years of just winners, but also at the center of it, ultimately just like our praise for our Lord Jesus. So it's just great to be out here having teams that have fun, teams that win, and just like that, the Lancers take a strong 11-2 lead on the Storm here in set 2. Kewaunee looking a little shaken up here, not really having an answer for this Lancer offensive barrage.
This is a big environment for an away team to come and play in a new gym, big student section. I know it's a longer travel for Kewaunee on a Thursday night, but this is a tough environment to play in. I would definitely will not want to play in this if I were Kewaunee right now.
Yeah, because you got to remember, last year when the Lancers made their run for volleyball, we were still in the old gym. New gym, by this time of year, I don't think was fully done yet. And even when it was done, we waited till the new year to start playing games in it. So just a fun environment to finally have some volleyball games in here. And honestly, I mean, as a basketball player last year, I felt it. I think the depth perception change really actually played a factor. I mean, obviously I don't play volleyball. I don't know how it goes into that, as we have a timeout here by the Storm as the Lancers are up 13-2 in the second set.
Lancer postseason action is brought to you by B&B Metals. Do you have metal waste? Do you have a junk car? Head on over to www.bnbmetals.com to learn everything you need to know about B&B Metals. For all your metal needs. Here you can find all the services that we offer. For shopping or shopping, also, it's 920-698-8269. 698-8269.
Drew, speaking of what you just said about the new gym, I know last year I think we were only able to hold 1 or 2 playoff games. I know this year with the new gym we can host up to level 3, which I feel like is a pretty big advantage for the Lancers to be able to play at home, a little bit of home court advantage. As Lancers, Micaiah Krause sets to Ava Steves, and that's a kill for Ava. Starting to see her catch a little fire now.
Yeah, she hasn't been a huge factor. Obviously, she's made her plays, but definitely the starter tonight so far has been Marissa Melhorn, as she is in the back row to start here. Probably will come down. Maybe not. Not really sure how volleyball rotations work. But Lancers able to muster up their volley. A little bit of whiff there by number 9 on the Storm, Kyla Wesley.
Say I've definitely done that before while playing volleyball. I know it's a difficult sport to play, and sometimes your depth perception, how high the ball is or how fast it's coming down, it's always kind of hard to determine. As Lancers score on what looks like just a missed up, as Morgan Yost is serving still. And that's an ace for Morgan Yost. Back to back. Hoping to keep this energy now. As Stevie Bruner is subbing in for Sally Ann.
Stevie Bruner, another one of those senior leaders here, a part of this Lancer squad. You know, you got to think, you know, playing volleyball with your girls for 4 years, you got to build a brother or sisterhood, should I call it that. Just another part of this team, the chemistry that they have, you know, just being friends with these people. I know that they love to hang out, they love to have fun, and it's just a great group of girls.
Yeah, I know last home game we had was senior night for the girls, and all the juniors and sophomores wrote letters to the seniors, and you could hear them almost crying reading the letters with just how much family they've built. Previously this year we moved my brother out to college, and it was just kind of sad seeing him leave. Even my dog was gonna cry. And you know, just being able to see the love that they have for each other just makes this team even more special. And Lancers go up 19-2. Kewaunee has not had an answer for them.
You know, Nathan, you bring up a good point. I just got to ask, you know, first year in the broadcasting club, but you got big shoes to fill, knowing that D. Logan Brooks, Mr. President, was your predecessor. But do you let that affect your commentary game at all?
A little bit. You know, it's always kind of hard. It's always kind of hard to fill his shoes. You know, I mean, I know his goal when he got here on the broadcasting club was to build it and make it a bigger thing, and I think he has. I mean, we have new programs, we have new cameras, we try being more advanced, and it's got us this far. I'm just hoping maybe I don't have to fill his shoes, but hopefully carry on his legacy a little bit.
I like that answer a lot. Yeah, we just have a growth mindset and all around, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the broadcast so far for the fall season. But to get you guys excited, I'm not trying to say fall sports, but I'd say our bread and butter is definitely when it comes to that winter sports season with those basketball games. We really do a nice job, and I hope you guys watching really appreciate what we do, because we really appreciate how you guys support us here. So just thank you to our fans.
Sally Ann goes for the serve. High up. We're barely over the net. Free ball for the Lancers. And there's Ava Steves starting to light up again with her second kill in a row. I know in the first set we weren't too sure if she was going to catch fire or not, but I feel like she's been catching a lot this set.
Good heads-up play there by Ava Steves, able just to really quick just knock that one down as the Lancers 22-3 lead. Really came out strong here in the second set. Storm have had no answer so far for the Lancers. as Natalie Hokenmuth and Abigail Vetting check in, senior and sophomore respectively, taking out Maddie Kyle and Ava Steeves.
So normally we don't see Ava Steeves sub out that much because, you know, she's kind of the leader on the team. Her and Marissa just bond as co-leaders. Normally we don't see either of them come out, but I guess tonight's a little different.
Good defense there by the Lancers, able to say not today to number 10, Jade Kroll, as the Lancers with the point take a 23-3 lead, a 20-point advantage here on the Storm, who really just hadn't gotten anything going here today, as Brooke Duvenek here checks in for Morgan Yost, who is getting Brinley Vogt checks in for Brooke Duvenek. I'm not really sure how substitutions work in volleyball, but Coach Lacey Benke's got to figure it out. As freshman, number 15, Brinley Vogt takes the court. Rare thing, you know. I mean, especially when the team just won state last year, you know, it's going to be kind of intimidating, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know last year Maddie Kyle was a freshman. I know she really only played a little bit in type of games like these. But I know I grew up with Brinley Vogt all my life. We went to grade school together, and her passion's always been volleyball. I know she'll definitely make an impact on this team one day. I know maybe she won't get much time this year, or maybe not even next year, but her time will come, and she's a really good athlete.
Yeah, definitely gotta agree. It's good to have those young leaders that eventually come in to make a difference. That, you know, once it's, you know, your senior year, Brinley's senior year, she'll have that experience and expertise, as that's just another testament to their skill. As a little bit of miscommunication there by Abby Vetting and Brinley Vogt.
After Brinley had that good dig there, she just had a little bit of miscommunication. And now it's
bit of a miscommunication there by the Storm, just letting that one just easily drop in there for basically a free Lancer point.
So once again we see Ava and Marissa going in together. You might as well call them a dynamic duo at this point.
Yeah, I completely gotta agree, as Storm able to sneak a point in there, kind of kill the finishing momentum here by the Lancers, but Lancers are still sitting comfortably with their lead.
Say 24-8, Lancers just need one more point just to take set 2, and maybe Lancers might get out here earlier than they think.
And just like that, set number 2 is over, with Lancers coming out on top 25-8. Really convincing set there by the Lancers, and honestly, you can tell me I'm wrong, but I feel it looks like the Stormers feel a little defeated now. Energy has gone down. I think they're just kind of looking around like, hey, maybe this is it, but who knows? Maybe this timeout will spark some fire into their system. Got anything to expand on that, Ethan?
No, not really. You summarized it pretty well.
Lancer postseason action is brought to you by B&B Metals. Do you have metal waste? Do you have a junk car? Head on over to www.bnbmetals.com to learn everything you need to know about B&B Metals for all your metal needs. Here you can find all the services that we offer. Or stop in our shop in Pioneer Road in Newton, Wisconsin. Our phone number is 920-693-8261. 920-693-8261.
And here we are back for set 3, where hopefully the Kewaunee Storm are able to do better than they had the last 2 sets. To be blunt, I mean, hoping to maybe put up a little bit more of a fight and give the Lancers a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell on the Storm side, body language has seemingly kind of gone down, as if, not looking as engaged, but, you never want to go out that way. You always want to, go out giving it your all, but after that last set, it gives me a hard reason to believe that the Storm will put up a fight here, but you never know. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah. I know the Lancers last year, I think one of their games they went down 2 sets right away and they were able to come back and win. So, I mean, anything is possible. Looks like we have Lily Melhorn up to serve. She's been serving the ball really well tonight.
Looks like a free ball there for the Lancers. Gold. Good Lancer defense. Marissa Melhorn gets denied as Storm strike first here in the 3rd set.
So I think that might be the Storm's first lead of the entire night. So one of the things about the playoffs, it's if you lose, you're done. It's kind of a scary thought to think this could be your last game as a senior. I know you're a junior, but next year you might have that feeling. You guys make playoffs. This is our last game. This could be our last game.
Yeah, but at least what I would think in that situation is, I'm gonna give it my all. Go down swinging.
Yeah, I agree with the mentality. And in grade school you're like, oh, it's my last grade school basketball game. But there's always high school to look forward to. But in high school, you don't always get to look forward to college sports. And if sports are a passion for you, it's not always what you're looking for. And
looks like there may be a bit of a clerical error here or something, as one of the refs is talking over with the booth there, trying to get something resolved here. Not really sure what the problem is.
Looks like the student section is trying to start the wave. Isn't really working. I know in these past couple of weeks the Lancer student section dies down towards the 3rd set because the Lancers have been taking them home in 3. But I can just remember going back to last year, those state games, the intense games. I just remember how fun the student section was. It just doesn't look as live anymore this year. What do you think, Drew?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, obviously you're hype, but, when another team's getting killed, it's just like, you get hype, but you're not as engaged, if that makes sense. But I think our student section tonight has done better, but when you come with that expectation that you'll perform well, it's just what you do.
Yeah, but I think something cool about this year is how big our student section grew from last year. I think we might take up 2 sections of the bleachers with this group that we have now with the old bleachers. What do you think?
I think in the old bleachers, if you can recall how we would have like the student section, but I think with the number in the section this year, we'd have to take the section on the far right too as well, just with the increasing number. And that's just another way that our school, our culture has gained in the past few years. Enrollment, we're not sitting around 300, which is a huge increase from just 10 years ago. So just another exciting thing going on around Lancer Circle.
Yeah, I remember last year, I forgot the team we were playing, but I remember we had seats everywhere. They were on the stage. They were set up almost outside the door, and that's just how packed that gym would be compared to this gym. It was tiny. I would say it was maybe half the size of this one.
Yeah, ish, definitely. But one thing I gotta say that I miss about the old gym is Could you imagine the size of this student section with the acoustics, how loud we could have gotten in the old gym? That definitely would have been a cool atmosphere. Can't get as loud in this one just because, obviously bigger room, but still a good atmosphere to have in the new gym.
I would say I've been told that by lots of people about how, I wouldn't say quieter is the term, but just energetic in general. Looks like Sally Ann just hits the ball a little long there. And looks like the score is 2-1 now. I don't know what happened on that first point. I thought the Storm struck early. I guess that's maybe what the refs were discussing.
Marissa Melhorn there, another authoritative slam, propelling the Lancers to 3-1 lead here in the third set.
I remember last year I was in 8th grade and I wasn't exactly able to be a part of the school when they won their state championship, but being a freshman now, you're really hoping that they win another one. You want to be a part of that, and watching our team the way they played tonight, the way they played all season, watching Marissa and Ava and Micaiah and Sally Ann and Lily and all of them just play so well at a better level than they did last year, just gives you really high hopes they can do it again. What do you think, Drew?
Yeah, definitely. And one of the big things after they won their state championship last year is everyone was talking about how, wow, this team is led by juniors. That was one of their defining characteristics last year. They're a young team, and they've definitely lived up to the expectations this year, as aced there by Marissa Melhorn.
One other cool thing to what would you call it? Put on top of that would be the fact that the girls didn't stop practicing after they won. They went and they kept on practicing, and they want to be even better this year. Now, obviously, I think it's paying off. I mean, we're beating teams 25-3 in set 2. When there's always a chance teams can come back, but they just, as my dad would like to say, a step on the throat.
Yeah, another big thing about the girls on this Lancer volleyball team is that a lot of them are, they're not limited to just volleyball. A lot of them are multi-sport athletes that apply themselves in other regions, and they excel in that too. Obviously, basketball last year came up short in the sectional final, not the result they were looking for, but you can't be mad with the sectionals finals lost in a season, and it's just another testament how these girls have some grit. They come out, they play, and they take their sports with passion and take it seriously.
I know we've been talking a lot about Marissa and her volleyball, but last year she scored her 1,000th point already, and that's a big thing to have in high school, especially as a multi-sport athlete. To be able to first have 1,000 kills this year and 1,000 points last year as just a junior, I think that says a lot about her character.
Kewaunee Storm sneak one in there. Lancer D not able to get to it as Storm trail Lancers by 3 with your score 7-4 in the third set.
That was a very good spot to put that ball. It didn't look intentional, but if it was, props to her.
Abby Benke just didn't time that one up well from Micaiah Krause. You kind of looked like a bit of an off serve or offset set. Couldn't get her feet down right, or couldn't go into the net, but Abby Benke unfortunately not able to hit that one down in time.
Like we said earlier, just those simple things that the Lancers need to do right, and they could have had a better result there, but you just make those mistakes, and that comes with everything, though.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said before, just making the easy plays. That's what separates good from great teams. If you can limit those, tiny errors, and just make your plays, you'll be set.
It looks like it was a double hit. Is that what you call it for Kewaunee? And Lancers score there. It's either a double hit or I don't even know what the other term would be for it, I'm be honest. Just like that, Lancers are up 10-5, riding that momentum from previous sets as I think that was Sally Ann who served it along. So we have a little bit of a divider in our booth here that just separate, that helps keep things stable, and we just couldn't see around it, I guess.
Thunderous slam by Ava Steves. Storm not able to receive it and send it into the scores table for a Lancer point.
Ava just has that killer power when it comes to hitting, you know, and not many girls have that, but she does, and just like that, she gets the luck of the net and hits and then rolls over it. Don't really see that often.
No, that was definitely a lucky little spin there, but worked on the Lancers' favor. Doesn't mess up on this serve, though, as she's able to get the ace, as Storm not able to receive it. And another ace there by Ava Steves. Storm falling apart here, and yep, they take a timeout, talk some things over. And that's just catching some momentum here, but we will get right back to you after this commercial.
Lancer postseason action is brought to you by B&B Metals. Do you have metal waste? Do you have a junk car? Head on over to www.bnbmetals.com to learn everything you need to know about B&B Metals for all your metal needs. Here you can find all the services that we offer. Or stop in our shop in Pioneer Road in Newton, Wisconsin. Our phone number is 920-693-8261. 920-693-8261.
And we are back here at Lancer Circle as Ava Steves tries to stay hot with the serve.
And she does stay hot with it, and that's another ace. I know last year Ava was nominated for volleyball. I don't know what the award was called, but few select girls in the state got nominated for it. And she was one of the best volleyball players in the state last year. At least I know for the sophomore class. I don't exactly know how the nominations work.
Well, despite class, she was able to win the Player of the Year in the Big East last year as just a sophomore, which is a straight testament to her ability and her capabilities to excel in the hardwood.
Say her and Marissa Melhorn both made first team all conference last year, which, you know, kind of for them might even seem as standard for them, just how well they've played in their past couple of years. I know Marissa is a 4-year starter on varsity. Ava, since she's a junior, has been starting 3 years. And just the relationship that they've made makes them who they are, I guess. Score is now 15-8 Lancers as number 2 Sima Welchka serves. Free ball for the Lancers. And there's Marissa with a kill, but the Storm get it up.
Good defense there by the Lancers front row. Abby Benke and Maddie Kyle able to combine for a nice block that gives the Lancers a point.
So I know last year Maddie Kyle just suited up for the Lancers, but this year she's filled a role. She's filled a role for her sister Maya Kyle, who's last year's senior. And like you said, when you have older siblings that come here, you kind of have some shoes to fill, and I feel like Maddie's done a pretty good job doing that this year.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when you get your name called, you got to step up to the occasion. I feel like she's done a great job this year with doing that and, like you said, fulfilling the role. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, just a sophomore there making some little mistakes as Maddie Kyle spikes it into the net.
I mean, you kind of expect that at some point. Everyone makes mistakes, and you might see more from a sophomore, less from a senior, but it's all with development and experience, I feel like. So I know we talked about football earlier, how you guys went 9-0. Tomorrow night is your guys' first playoff game, and this is for, I don't know how many years ago it was, but this is the first time in a long time you guys have had a home playoff game.
Yeah, last time there was a home playoff game was the fall of 2017. Lancers were 8-3, just finished second in the conference, only behind Cedar Grove, and Cambridge came into town, and Lancers were able to win before falling in round 2. But this year, Lancers home game, but as a team, I gotta say, we're looking for a little more than round 2 this year, as it's been a long time since we've passed round 2. So really excited for that. I think the Lancer community as a whole is also excited. And that game too, Ethan, you will be commentating, right?
Yep, tomorrow night we will be commentating. Me and Ethan Augustine will be commentating the football game. We're pretty thankful here at Lutheran High. We had donations given to us for us to broadcast these playoff games. It's not cheap, and we're really grateful that we're able to do that and help support our community, Lancer community. Tomorrow night at 7, the Lancers will take on Waterloo, and you guys are just hoping for a win there.
Yeah, we're looking to stop the Pirates tomorrow night, but you know, like it's playoffs, you can't take any game lightly, because in Wisconsin at least, you know, you got to qualify to make playoffs. Every team made it; they have a right to be here. So just like I said before, show up and play our game, and everything will be all right.
Say, if you guys have been playing the way you've played all season, you guys shouldn't look past them. I'm not gonna say that, but it's definitely not. I don't think it's your biggest concern right now. But you guys, I think, will make it out of that game if you guys just play the way you have.
Yep.
Stick to your fundamentals. You guys will do, I think, really good. In this set, the Storm are putting up a little bit more of a fight, as now it's 13-19. And Lancers aren't exactly subbing anymore. It looks like they have their starters out still.
Yeah, they've started to rotate some more maybe backups or twos in, but the focus is still there definitely, as Lancers are 5 points shy of advancing to the next round. Storm, though, not going down without a fight, as they've kind of had a little bit of a resurgence here, and that's an ace by number 6, Landon Carnop. And Kewaunee coming with some fire, not wanting to go down in 3. But kind of a mood killer there, kind of vibe killer. You get something going, but Storm got to find a way to answer back now here with Morgan Yost to serve. Yeah, you put teams in comfortable situations, and most of the time it goes in your favor. Munoz back to serve again. Just short of the net. Lancers still within one, looking to advance to the next round in playoffs.
Say maybe we were hoping for another ace there, making it a little energetic, leaving the building, but can't always get what you asked for. And just like that, Ava Steves sends the Lancers to round 2 of the volleyball playoffs.
We will get your post-game analysis right after this commercial break.
Lancer postseason action is brought to you by B&B Metals. Do you have metal waste? Do you have a junk car? Head on over to www.bnbmetals.com to learn everything you need to know about B&B Metals for all your metal needs. Here you can find all the services that we offer. The Stop in Our Shop on Pioneer Road, Ely, Wisconsin. Our phone number is 920-693-8261. 920-693-8261.
So Ethan, that game 3 sets. Storm just didn't have it tonight as their season comes to an end. But Lancers, good win tonight, good dominant fashion. What else you guys say on that?
I think you summarized it pretty well there. I mean, the Lancers came out with a goal to win, just kind of kill them, and that's what we did. We hit the ball well, we set the ball well, we played good defense, we just did everything we needed to do, and we just executed.
Yeah, got not much else. Lancers just showed up and showed out, played their game. I'm Juiced Out here with
Ethan Brooks.
This has been the Lancer broadcast volleyball between the Kewaunee Storm and Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers. Coming out with the Lancers win 3 sets to 0. Thank you all and have a good night.